Welcome back to the news at 10. The Court of Appeal sitting in Ado-Ekiti, the Ekiti State capital, has dismissed the application filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for an injunction restraining Governor Ayodele Fayose from operating his 2 accounts with Zenith Bank, saying the application lacks merit. In a unanimous ruling delivered by Justice Fatima Akombi, the 3-man panel said the EFCC did not attach notice of appeal and the Federal High Court Ado-Ekiti judgment of the December the 31st, which ordered the anti-graft agency to unfreeze Governor Fayose's account. The court also said that the alleged intelligence report by the EFCC, which it claimed to have received concerning money purportedly paid into Governor Fayose's account by Senator Musilio Abanikoro, was neither provided nor attached for the court to see. The Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has signed a trust fund agreement with the United Nations for Industrial Development Organization for the Learning Initiative for Entrepreneurs Life Project. The partnership program is aimed at improving the skills of teachers, students in secondary schools and undergraduates, as well as those in vocational institutions, towards creating small-scale businesses and attaining financial freedom.
Over the next 3 years, students from 40 schools in Anambra State will be benefiting from a UNIDO program tagged the Learning Initiative for Entrepreneurs Life Project. The program, which is aimed at upgrading entrepreneurial skills of students, is a partnership between the state government and the United Nations Development Organization.
We are not here to do the pass the copy. We are here to upgrade the skills of those people to be creators, because this is, the epicenter. This is the foundation of the industry.
UNIDO is bringing $400,000 to the table, while the Anambra government will part with $150,000 for the program, which the governor says speaks to his human capital development policy.
This UNIDO partnership with Anambra State government is at the heart of what this administration wants to do, to give lifelong skills to our youths, particularly technical education. And we have made it simpler because tuition is free. So we have gotten a very large enrollment, and I'm comfortable that in less than 2-3 years, these youths will graduate and on their own will start being very productive.
To collaborate the governor's position, his officials referenced the growing partnership with relevant bodies for the state's development projects.
Creating an enabling environment for the private sector to come in and bring in their capital to create jobs. And the second is identify development partners who we can jointly contribute and work together with a view to improving the socio-economic landscape in Anambra State.
The sign-off on the trust fund agreement may well signal another growth trajectory for Anambra State, this time in the area of economic development through entrepreneurial skills development.
Let's take a look at some business news now. Here's Emana Amawe. Hello and welcome to Business News. A meeting between the officials of Etisalat, Nigeria, the Nigerian Communications Commission, the Central Bank of Nigeria and a consortium of banks has reportedly been scheduled for tomorrow, June the 21st. The emergency meeting seeks to find a resolution to the multi-million-dollar debt crisis troubling the telecoms company. Several meetings are reportedly ongoing at the NCC and the CBN, respectively, following the stalled talks between about 10 Nigerian banks and Etisalat, Nigeria. Sources confirm that part of the $1.2 billion bank credit obtained by Etisalat, Nigeria has been paid back since 2013 when the loans were first structured. The regulators and the banks are expected to issue a joint statement on the matter at the end of the meeting on Wednesday. And the Ministry of Budget and National Planning says it's working to increase the current national infrastructure level from 35% to 70% by the year 2043. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Mrs. Nana Fatima Mede, who was speaking at the inauguration of the Technical Working Group for the National Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan in Abuja, says about $3 trillion will be required to cover the infrastructure needs in energy, transport, agriculture and housing. Bullish sentiments stretched the all-share index further to a 2-year high. For a summary of today's activities at the Nigerian Stock Exchange, here's Chimezie Obiwagu.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The bears tried their best to drag down the market today, but the bulls had the upper hand at the end of the day. The index was in the red almost throughout the trading session, but with sudden turnaround in the share price of Dangote Cement 2 minutes to the close of the market, the index went into the positive territory, up 0.71%. 25 stocks posted gains while 27 posted declines. May & Baker was the highest gainer by percentage, followed by Julius Berger and then Cement Company of Northern Nigeria. Now, the strategic partnership agreement between Julius Berger and Petralone Energy, in line with Julius Berger's diversification strategy, helped push Julius Berger's shares up. On the other hand, Jai's Bank led the losers, down 5.88%. The volume of shares traded was a little over 392 million, worth 4.2 billion naira in 5,411 deals. Although the banking sector index closed down by 0.68%, that sector remains the volume driver. Today, Transcorp topped the list. Now, traders are hopeful Wednesday's trading will be better. And that was the Stock Market Report. I'm Chimezie Obiwagu.
Thank you, Chimezie. Now, most of the top global stock markets closed in the red today, as oil prices dropped to their lowest level since November 2016, and that's following reports of increased supply. Let's take a look at the figures. And that's Business News Tonight. I'm Emana Amawe. It's back to you, Joma.
Thanks, Emana. The dream of many Nigerians to become millionaires may soon come to pass, as the Give and Take Lottery Limited has announced plans to roll out its lottery scheme on the 25th of June 2017. Announcing this at a news conference in Abuja, the managing director of Give and Take Limited, Mr. Jolly Enabulele, says the company plans to hold its draws every Sunday, featuring Nigerian celebrities in the entertainment industry.
Every Sunday, Nigerians and foreigners resident in the country can now look forward to realizing their dreams of becoming millionaires as the Give and Take Lottery Limited rolls out its lottery scheme to improve the financial fortunes of players in the country. At the official launch of the scheme in Abuja, the managing director of Give and Take explains the reason behind the launch.
Playing the Give and Take national jackpot game is easy. All you need to do is participate by obtaining your ticket from any of our outlets or via the web on www.gntbig.com. gntbig.com. You can go to that website, you can play, you can also download the Give and Take app from that site onto your phone, and anywhere you go at any time of the day, you can just bring out your phone and play. A ticket costs just 100 naira.
With a world-class ultra-modern studio in the nation's capital, the managing director of Give and Take Lottery Limited explains how players can become millionaires.
In the national jackpot game, lottery players will genuinely win millions and even billions of naira every week, as Give and Take Lottery Limited, one of the leading lottery companies in Nigeria, rolled out its first national jackpot on the 25th of June 2017.
The brand ambassador for the Give and Take lottery and a Nollywood star applauds the launch of the game show, which is set to change the face of lottery in Nigeria.
We look forward to taking Nigerians on this lovely journey and making people live their dreams and achieving and getting whatever it is they aspire.
The launch of Give and Take lottery games will remain a player's choice. As a transparent and professional manner, the company plans to go about the draws will no doubt make players smile to the banks as they give and take to become millionaires.
Let's take a look at some health issues. Nigeria's Health Minister, Professor Isaac Adewale, says Nigeria is not fully prepared for health emergencies. He made the remarks at the closing ceremony of the joint external evaluation of the country's health regulations in Abuja. According to the minister, there is a need for stronger synergy among government agencies to strengthen disease surveillance and control.
It is the meeting of the Minister of Health and members of the Joint External Evaluation Committee on Nigeria's preparedness for health emergencies. The Minister of Health, Professor Isaac Adewale, who says he has been presented the executive summary of the evaluation report, decries the nation's low performance during health emergencies. The minister describes the evaluation report as a mirror for the health ministry, saying the nation's preparedness for health emergencies is weak.
To me, this is like a mirror. And what you've done is to say, please look into this mirror and see how you look, how prepared you are for emergencies. And the answer is simple, we are not yet there. And so we must not leave it to God, we must leave it to humans. This is a situation where we must take charge of our destiny.
On the sideline of the event, the Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control explains some of the areas where improvement is needed in the Nigeria health system.
The areas that require improvement are laboratory services, we need to improve on them. Our port health services, we need to improve on them. And some of the legislative frameworks that we have.
Meanwhile, the representative of the American Center for Disease Control urges the Nigerian government to be more committed.
What it's doing. It needs a strong commitment from the government of Nigeria, from the Nigerian people, and from the legislature, from the National Assembly. And building on that, Nigeria CDC can work with the other agencies and ministries to really build a network, because it's not one entity. It's not in the U.S. CDC alone, but CDC is a focal point, and that's exactly what Nigeria CDC is working to become.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Rivers United revived their CAF Confederation Cup hopes with a 2-1 home win over Kampala City Council Authority of Uganda in Port Harcourt. That's on sports. You stay with us.